Hi, welcome back to the Sing Confidently Live Creatively podcast. Estelle here. I'm a singer, actor, and vocal coach here to help you build confidence as a singer and performer and feel confident in who you are as a person and a creative artist. And so I'm really excited because today I'm going to take you through three essential. I sound dramatic, but I'm not being dramatic. This is absolutely necessary essential steps for you if you really want to learn to become a better singer. You want to sing better, quote unquote, whatever that means for you. Sometimes that means you want to develop in your head voice. You want to feel more confident when you perform on stage. You want to sing on pitch, right? There are so many different levels to quote unquote better. And it really isn't relevant what that level is. What matters is where you are now and where you're going to be tomorrow, where you're going to be next week, where you're going to be next month, next year as a singer and performer. What matters is the journey and whether you are progressing and whether you are actually going on that journey. But the thing is, we have to start somewhere. And these three tips today that I'm going to focus on and guide you through are absolutely essential before you even think about like, oh, I want to sing better in this thing or do this. I want to sing this style of music on this stage or da da da. We need to start here. These are fundamental. And if you aren't doing these steps, you will not see the growth that you want to see over time. And so I'm really excited to jump into that. Before I jump into that, if you haven't already signed up for the group classes waitlist, if you want to test out group classes, test out being able to sing in community, right? Being able to sing with other people is something that we've all done, a lot of us, since we were young. We were in choir, we were in music classes. Like no one was only singing by themselves. For me, I not only did choir, multiple choirs in high school, and like church choir, two school choirs in high school, plus doing, theater and all of that. But like I have sisters at home. Like I grew up singing with my sisters. It was me, well, not was, still is me and my older sister and my younger sister, and all of our names start with E's. So, like, my name starts with E, obviously Estelle. My older sister's name starts with an E. My younger sister's name starts with an E. So we call it ourselves, or I guess it was probably my mom who came up with this, but we would call ourselves, and we still do call ourselves the Triple E sisters. So, or Triple E voices. So we perform. We still do, like, literally, we do sing at places and stuff like that, like events and parties, like family stuff. Triple E sisters. And like growing up, I was always singing with my sisters at home. Like I truly built my vocal development from home a lot of the time, just from listening to my older sister, who just always had a really good voice and just was naturally good at singing harmony. I learned how to sing harmony with my sister. I learned how to harmonize because of my sisters. So like there's so much to be learned in community. And it wasn't always me singing with her. Sometimes it was me listening to her or listening to my younger sister or vice versa. And there is so much to be learned in group settings. And I think that I've really focused on like private lessons the last several years, but I want to open up the door. I want to open up the gates to really engaging in community, singing more. And so I want to set up these classes that are going to allow you, the singers, the aspiring singers, the performers, to connect with each other and to learn from each other, as well as to learn together. And so it'll kind of be set up like a master class setting where like we'll have individuals who want to work on different pieces, but we'll also warm up together and maybe learn a bit of a song together too. So that's kind of how it's going to be set up. But I want to know who's interested. So I have a wait list at creativelybyestelle.com/collective, because it's going to be a membership option. So that way you don't have to pay for individual classes. If you don't want to, you can be a part of the collective and get additional free stuff every month, as well as getting to join all the classes. And so, yeah, you can go to creativelybyestelle.com/collective and just let me know if you're interested in being in community while you develop as a singer. Again, a lot of us did this growing up, and yet as we get older, we lose that. We lose that being able to sing with other people and really feel like we're growing. So it's not just you singing with other people, but you also have me, your vocal coach there, who's giving you fundamental development tips for your technique, relevant things that are relevant to whatever song that you're working on, that week. And so, yeah, I'm really, really, really excited to start that this summer. Again, creativelybyestelle.com/collective. Okay, so let's get into the essential tips. These are things that are going to be helpful for you to learn to sing better, to become more confident as a singer, but you really need to start here. And I'm going to take you through kind of like mindset things, but then some action steps as well at the end. So, number one, you need to decide. 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 Decide that you're going to become a better singer. You are going to. Like, it is inevitable. You need to make that decision in your heart. I don't know if you need to pray about it, if you need to journal about it, if you need to sit down in silence, but you need to decide, make that decision right now. Put your foot down. You are not giving up on your voice anymore. You're not giving up on yourself anymore. You're not giving into self-doubt. You're not giving into that lack of confidence. You're not giving into whatever people said about your voice one day in middle school when you sang in front of people. You're not going to let that decide what you are doing as a singer and where you're going. Instead, you are going to make the decision as an autonomous individual that you are going to become a better, more confident, more excited, more full of joy singer, musician, artist, and creative. And I say, give yourself a time frame. Say you are going to become a better singer over the next 30 days, over the next 90 days, over the next month and a half, over the next 6 months. Before the end of this year, 2026, I'm going to become a better singer. Again, better is kind of a useless term because it's like, what does that even mean? But it's up to you. You decide what that means. Maybe that means you're going to learn to sing this one song without always getting off key, without always feeling and sounding pitchy, right? That is a really good goal. And frankly, you can do that. Like, it is actually very possible to do that at the end of 30 days, 90 days, whatever goal you set, depending on who you're working with, how much you're working on it, and how willing you are to be teachable and how willing you are to, accept correction and to change and to challenge yourself really and to grow. And so, but you have to decide because a lot of people say, "Oh, I want to sing better. I want to sing better." But then they're not doing anything about it. But it starts with deciding. And the reason that you haven't done anything about it, or if you have, you haven't been consistent with it, is because you didn't actually make the decision. You didn't write it down. You didn't give yourself a time frame. So decide that you're gonna become a better singer. Maybe specify what that means for yourself. So I really want to learn to sing um uh, If I Ain't Got You by Alicia Keys without, getting to the part that goes, I don't want nothing at all, and cracking. Like, I want to sing that part without cracking, right? Great. That's a really good goal. Give yourself that goal. Say 30 days, 90 days, or yeah, I don't know why I keep saying 30 or 90. But give yourself a month to focus on that goal. Great. And let me also clarify whether you reach that goal or not, if you have made that decision, you make that choice once and for all that you're not wavering, you're not going to give into doubt around that, but instead you're going to take action. That is actually what matters. It's actually the journey that matters because along the way, maybe you're still going to find yourself cracking a little bit by the end of the 30 days. But if you're working with the right coach and you're doing the right steps and you are actually being intentional and you're practicing every day, you should be fine. That is actually a pretty simple goal. I have helped students work on songs in less time than that and seen progress. So I know it's possible, but it depends. It really depends. There are a lot of factors at play. But even if you didn't, get to the end of the 30 days and you were still cracking on that song a little bit, guess what? Along the way, because you were intentional, you made that decision, you will have seen growth in other aspects, in other ways, right? You will have seen growth in your mindset because you made the decision and you stuck to it. You're going to trust yourself more, right? So, but you have to decide. It starts with this deciding. Take time to pray, meditate on God's word, let God empower you. Okay. Bring the spiritual aspect into it because it is truly this gift that you have to sing. Don't let it lay dormant. Decide that you are going to do what it takes to become better at singing the song, to feel more confident singing the song, whatever that goal is, by the end of 30 days or by the end of 6 months, whatever your goal is, 6 weeks, whatever it is. Okay. Next step number 2. After you have made that decision and you've written it down, I really recommend writing it down. That's like an extra bonus tip. write it down, and make sure that you know what the specific goal and time frame is. After you've done that, you need to decide on, I already said decide, but you need to also kind of decide and know your why. I've talked about this a lot before, so if you've been around, you know what I mean when I say know your why, but I'll explain it. Why are you doing the thing that you are wanting to do? Right? Why do you have that goal? You need to know what is at the root of it. Why do you want to sing? Why do you think you're meant to sing? Do you think you're meant to sing to inspire people? Do you feel like you're just meant to be a creative person and you think singing is one of the tools in your toolbox to be creative every day? Amazing. There is no wrong why. It's just what it is to you. Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to do the thing that you want to do as a singer? Why do you want to learn how to sing If I Ain't Got You by Alicia Keys without cracking? Is it because I said that really fast? Why do you want to learn how to sing If I Ain't Got You by Alicia Keys without your voice cracking? Maybe it's because you really, that was your mom's favorite song, or it's your mom's favorite song, and you really want to sing it for her birthday or something, or for Mother's Day. That's an amazing why, right? Whatever it is, it can be really heavy, really deep. Sometimes it's not that deep. Like you just want to be able to sing at karaoke with your friends and not feel embarrassed. That's totally fine too. But just decide on your why, figure it out. And it changes from season to season, but what is it in this moment, right? In this moment, it literally could be I want to sing with my friends at karaoke at this girl's bachelorette over the summer, and I want to sound good and I don't want to crack. And that's a great goal. And so, whatever that why is, you have to remember it, keep it top of mind as you go through this process of becoming a better singer, because otherwise, you're going to give up. Like, and that's why I say, like, your why should be deeper. It does help if your why is like, why did God give me this gift of singing? Like that is like a deep, deep why that goes deeper than just singing at karaoke, right? Obviously. But it's okay if that's where if you start with the karaoke thing, but then you might need to dig even deeper than that. Otherwise, maybe that karaoke goal or that karaoke, that why of like wanting to sing at karaoke, it might not be deep enough for you. Maybe it will be, but maybe not. So, because you might still want to give up along the way when things get tough. If you're like, okay, well, maybe karaoke isn't that big of a deal. But if the why is like, oh no, I'm going to, develop my voice and sing better and sound better because I know that life is short and I don't want to get to the end of my life and look back and regret not doing something with the thing that I love to do, which is to sing, right? That is a deep why. You don't want to be 90 years old looking back on your life and being like, I never did the thing I wanted to do. I never developed singing. I never got to perform. I never got to do what I loved. I never got to use this gift that God gave me, right? That is a deep why, right? That not wanting to regret. It's a super deep why. And so that kind of why is going to keep you going. That kind of why is going to make sure that you like if you have that why in your heart and your mind, you are not going to want to give up, right? Because you do not want to be, God forbid, on your deathbed looking back on your life like, dang, I didn't do anything that I wanted to do, right? So that's a deep why, but know whatever your why is, whatever your reason for wanting to become a better singer is, whether it's super deep or whether it's not that deep, but it's still really powerful for you, just make sure that you know it because otherwise you're going to want to give up. Okay. I recommend writing this down as well. Maybe just write down everything. Actually, just as a blanket note, you guys write things down. It helps. Okay. My third tip, this is where we are taking courageous, consistent action. Okay. This is very, very, very important, my dears. Okay. Singers, we have got to take courageous and consistent steps of action. Like, yes, expect miracles, expect open doors, expect like good things are coming for you, absolutely. But you got to get in the game to align with those miracles. You have to take action. You have to take action. You do not become a better singer if you are not singing every day consistently, or at least like a few times a week intentionally. We have got to take courageous, consistent action. I say this with so much love in my heart because I have students. I have students who are doing this and I'm seeing the progress. And I'm like, oh my goodness, there's so many people. There's so many people who say they want to sing better, but they're not in lessons. They're not developing their voice. They're not warming up before they sing, and they're not engaging in this practice of developing their technique. And it's like, how are you going to become better if you're not taking action steps with the long game in mind? Not that you're wanting a quick fix, right? Because also have seen students who come into a lesson and then they never come back. And that's totally fine. Like go somewhere, but they're not taking lessons anywhere, right? And they're not actually working towards the goal that they told me that they had. And I'm like, that breaks my heart, because I'm like, it doesn't matter where you're taking lessons, or whether you're working at home on your voice. Because I also know people who are listening to this who sing along with my warm ups every single week. And I'm like, go you. That's why I have this free content for you. I want you to do it every single week consistently, right? But you have to have the long game in mind, right? So I don't want you to just, sing along with one warm up and then never do the warm up again, right? It's there for you forever. Go back to it tomorrow. Go back to it the next day, right? Um, I want you to make sure that you're taking action steps with that long game in mind, knowing that it's not going to be like a perfect like turnaround today. Although I've had lessons where like a student will come to me and like by the end of that 30-minute session, by the end of that 1 hour session, there is a visible, like not visible, but I guess like palpable, audible. That's the word. There is an audible change in their voices. Sometimes it's visible too, because I could see there's less tension in their throat, right? I can see that the external tension that they had before at the beginning of the lesson is absolutely gone. And I'm like, yes, no more tension. Obviously, it takes time for you to really remain in that muscle, to develop that muscle memory and remain in that coordination, right? But that's why we have to take consistent action. So yeah, like you can see change in your voice and hear change in your voice after a 30-minute lesson. Absolutely. I see it. I see it many, many times. Or a 1 hour lesson. Absolutely. However, it's better to do it in the long, like think in long term, because that's how you're going to actually see and hear true growth over time. True confidence, though, like if you want to become a confident, better singer, it actually starts with courage. You have to have the courage to take regular action steps, okay? Regularly taking action as a singer. Have you been thinking about singing again, but you're not actually taking action, right? Ask yourself that. Do I tell myself that I want to become a better singer? And I watch I watch TikTok videos and vocal coach reacts videos. And I think, man, I really want to learn how to do that. But watching a video is good. It's really good to get that inspiration. And I love that. But I also want you to really take action. What action step can you take literally today? Literally today. You can start today. Can you take the action step of going back to my last vocal warm up and doing that warm up today and then singing a little bit of a song that you love? That's a great action step today. Can you do that again tomorrow? Can you do that again the next day? It can be 5 minutes. Guys, I have really, really short vocal warm ups for this reason, because I want you to be able to keep it simple for yourself if you're just starting to build that courageous action. But if you want to sing better and you are not singing every day, my dear, it's going to be hard for you to see that growth and to hear that growth in your voice. Okay, so I really, really encourage you, go and take one of my vocal warm-ups. This is my like simplest way to start singing and start building that consistent practice for yourself. Start with one vocal warm-up and then sing a song, a chorus, a verse, or an entire song that you love after you've done that warm-up. That can be done in 5 minutes because most songs are 3 minutes. Do a warm-up for 1 to 2 minutes, right? And then do your song. If you have 10 minutes to spare, which you absolutely do, I know you do somewhere in that day, you have 10 minutes, then even better. 5 minutes to warm up, 5 minutes to sing your song. That is what it takes to start out with, right? But you can't learn to be a better, more confident singer if you are not taking action, practicing daily, at least 6 days a week. I don't practice on Sundays, although I sing on Sundays in church, depending on the week, if I'm singing in praise team or whatever, it depends. But typically 6 out of 7 days. I'm singing every day. I'm doing my warm-ups and I'm working on repertoire for whatever I'm doing in school or whatever I'm working on that week. But or an audition or what have you. But for you, maybe it can be every other day. Maybe it can be once a week in a voice lesson. But if you're doing a voice lesson with me, I'm going to encourage you to do the 5 minutes every day to start. Okay. But I want you to decide right now. So if you've taken that first step to decide you're going to become a better singer, hopefully you wrote down your goal and the time frame. Number two, know your why. Hopefully you were able to figure out what is your why, right? And then number three, right now, I want you to write it down in your notes or pick up your phone and actually do it. What action step are you going to take? Either write down the action step. I will sign up for a voice lesson today. I will look up vocal classes, vocal lessons in my area. I will join a my free Facebook group. Come join my free Facebook group. You could ask me questions every day about singing. Literally, I will answer them until it becomes too much. But like, you could ask me questions about your voice every single day, and I'm in there and I answer questions. So like, why not? Why not try? Um, that's at creativelybystelle.com/community. But you guys, I mention that all the time. And it's also in the show notes below, so you can definitely find it there. Will you join my group class waitlist, right? Just put your name on the waitlist. It costs nothing and it takes 30 seconds to do. What is one step that you can take? Courageous action today. Will you do that 5 minute voice practice that I lined out for you, that I outlined for you, where you do a 1 to 2 minute warm up and you sing for 3 minutes? What action are you going to take? Write it down. Write it down. I'm going to sip my coffee while you write that down. Sipping my iced coffee. Sorry. Oh gosh. Oh, you guys, I got too excited. Okay. I tried to sip my iced coffee, but then I coughed and oh, it went down the wrong pipe. Excuse me. All right, well, sorry about that coughing situation, but I hope that you were able to write down your next action step. And if that was signing up for a voice lesson with me, I can't wait to see you in the lesson. If that was signing up for a free voice consultation with me, I have 10, 15-minute voice consults still available on my website. You can grab one of those at creativelybyestelle.com and you can chat with me for free. I just will answer your question. I will do a little warm up with you. We can do the 5 minute warm up in that consult, right? So many things we could do. But whatever you wrote down, please take that action. I'm literally begging you because I don't want you to not, I don't want you to be in the same place next month that you are today when it comes to your voice. I want you to have grown. I want you to have grown. I want you to feel better about your voice. And that's not going to happen if you don't, number one, decide. Number two, know your why. And number three, take courageous, consistent action steps as a singer and a performer. And from there, then your action steps become practicing daily, learning to listen to your voice, learning how to expand your range, developing your stronger chest voice, developing your higher notes, singing, learning how to belt, learning how to mix, learning how to modify your vowels, all these specific things that I love to talk about. But it starts with you taking that courageous action, right? I'm so excited that you're here. I'm so excited that you listened all the way through and hopefully wrote down your action step and maybe even took that action step. And if you did, I'm so proud of you. If you didn't, I'm still proud of you for even listening to this. And I know that at the right time, you will take action. It's only inevitable. It's just a matter of time. And I really hope that some of you guys are taking that action step to work with me. And if that is the case, I can't wait to work with you. Again, you can go to creativelybyestelle.com/collective to join my waitlist. It takes 30 seconds to sign up. Join the waitlist in order for you to get notified first come, first serve for the group classes that are coming this summer. So I cannot wait. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really, really hope that you're able to take these 3 important steps to start to learn how to sing better. It starts here. If you want to learn how to sing better, you got to start here. I'm here cheering you on as always. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode and to this show. I'm so in awe of you for being here and showing up for your creative gifts. That takes courage. Don't forget to join the Performing Arts community on Facebook for support and inspiration as you continue on your journey. If this episode helped or inspired you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and share it with someone. It means so much. Thank you again, and don't forget to keep singing, acting, dancing, performing, and living creatively. Talk to you next time.